Hi dear AvGeeks, welcome to Building My Airport channel. Today we are going to start the assembly of the Boeing 747-200 model kit in the KLM edition. This special aircraft took part in the Tenerife airport disaster. If you didn't know already, the Tenerife disaster is considered to be the worst accident in aviation history. It involved two Boeing 747s that collided on the runway. It's a true pleasure for me to build this iconic aircraft, and I'm glad you're joining me. If you like this video, please leave a like and a comment. Now let's move to our plane. So I start by cutting the fuselage parts and removing plastic excess. Then, with some 1200 grit sanding paper, I smooth the edges of each piece. For extra weight, I glue a regular screw on the front of the fuselage with Revell Contacta Professional. I do the same steps with the wing parts as with the fuselage ones, and then I glue them together. After applying the glue, I use some spring clamps to hold the parts in place. For gluing the fuselage, I use two types of glue, Tamiya Extra Thin Cement and Revell Contacta Professional. Also, I use some masking tape to hold well the parts together. Now that we have our fuselage and wings ready, it's time to prepare and glue our four beautiful engines. This part is one of the most challenging because the engines are too small. After the glue had dried, we can see some ugly gaps and imperfections in our pieces. This means we need to polish them very well. Let's start by polishing the fuselage. I use sanding paper from 500 grit up to 10,000 grit. As I polish more, I increase the grit and the pieces become smoother to the touch. There are a few more gaps in the fuselage even after polishing, so I'm going to use some plastic putty. The putty I'm using is Revell Plasto. I'm going to spread it with a wooden stick where the pieces fit together. Wings time has come, so we need to give them a proper polish. Fortunately, after I finished, there weren't any visible gaps. Let's now move to the engines, the most time-consuming part of this build. They have some angle gaps where the fan blades are supposed to be. Even after polishing, I need to apply a layer of putty to fill that gaps. Our putty is now dried, but we need to remove the excess. Grab some snacks and be prepared for a very long session of polishing. By the way, to remove the putty much faster, soak the sanding paper in a bowl with warm water. I completely forgot about that and it made my job more difficult. Now it's time for my favorite part, painting. But first we need to apply a coat of primer to our pieces. For that I am mixing Vallejo surface primer with Vallejo airbrush thinner. The ratio I'm using is half primer and half thinner. Also, don't forget to give them a proper shake before pouring them into the cup. Let's start painting our fuselage, wings and horizontal stabilizers. I'm using an airbrush with a 0.5mm nozzle at 20 psi.
won't be destroyed. The fact that you and I are working here today is evidence of that.
Finally, let's take a look at our work. The pieces turned out to be really nice. The fuselage has some imperfections on the right side, but they are factory faults. I'm going to use a wooden stick and some blue tack adhesive to fix the engines for painting. You can find the link to all the products and tools I use in the video description. Engines are ready for painting, and now it's time to prepare the fuselage. First, I'm going to paint the lower part of the fuselage in grey. For that, I need to cover the rest of the fuselage with masking tape. I use a mix of 10 and 20mm Revell masking tape. And we are done with the masking tape. I hope you like this video and that I'm worthy of your like and share. In part 2 we are going to paint the fuselage and other parts of our beautiful aircraft. So stay tuned and thanks for watching.